Join me as I dive deep into the controversial revelations Pastor John Gray shares about Pastor Toure Roberts. Can I handle the truth? Pastor John Gray and Pastor Toure Roberts are influential figures in the Christian community, known for their impactful sermons and leadership. They build a reputation for inspiring and guiding their congregations through faith. Their relationship has been seen as one of mutual respect and admiration, with both pastors often speaking highly of each other in public. But recently, something has come to light that's causing a stir. Pastor John Gray had just revealed something about Toure Roberts that no one saw coming, and from the very first moment it felt like the kind of story that pulled people in and refused to let go. You won't believe how it all started, because everything looked normal from the outside. Toure Roberts stood on huge stages, preached powerful sermons, smiled for cameras and inspired thousands. His life looked perfect, almost too perfect, but let me tell you, behind that perfect picture, something else was happening, something quiet, something hidden, and something far more complicated than anyone expected. People had admired him for years, but whispers had begun to grow louder. No one really knew where they came from, but slowly, those whispers turned into questions, and those questions turned into rumors. Still, nothing was clear and no one had proof. Everything stayed blurry until John Gray finally spoke. When John Gray decided to share what he had seen, listeners felt the air shift. This was not gossip. This was not a story built on random voices. This was a man who knew Toure personally, professionally, and honestly. And this is where it gets interesting. Gray didn't come with anger or hate. He came with truth. Truth that carried weight. He talked about moments behind closed doors. Moments when the version of Toure that people saw on Instagram wasn't the same man leading meetings, making decisions, or handling pressure. But here is the shocking part. John Gray said that many people fell in love with the image of Toure, not the man himself. And when the image and the reality crossed paths, things became messy, confusing, and sometimes painful. He explained that on stage, Toure looked confident, calm, and sure of himself. His life looked blessed, full churches, sold-out events, luxury cars, and smiling crowds. But according to Gray, the real story lived in the struggle. No one saw. There were disagreements with other pastors, arguments about leadership decisions, and rising tension that people inside the circle felt more than anyone outside ever imagined. Grace said that some choices Toure made left others shocked, wondering what pushed him to act that way. And the craziest part was that most of these moments never reached the public. They were kept quiet, covered up, and locked away as if nothing had ever happened. John Gray shared how he watched Toure try to balance the pressure of being a public figure with the weight of personal challenges. There were nights when Toure felt torn between looking strong for his followers and dealing with his own doubts inside. The expectations were heavy and the fear of disappointing people was even heavier. Gray said that sometimes the smallest decisions turned into the biggest problems because one wrong move could be seen by thousands. And destiny took an unexpected turn when one particular disagreement became bigger than anyone predicted. It started small, like a simple difference of opinion, but slowly it grew into something deeper, something that made people question motives, loyalty, and leadership. There's been a brewing controversy surrounding Pastor Toure Roberts, one that's raised eyebrows and sparked heated discussions. It seems there are questions about his actions, and some are even calling for him to address these concerns directly. The situation has become so intense that Pastor John Gray felt compelled to speak out. The Christian community is eager to understand what's happening, and Pastor Gray's words carry significant weight. To understand the gravity of the situation, we need to look at the background. Pastor Toure Roberts has been a prominent figure in the Christian community for years. He's known for his dynamic preaching style and his ability to connect with a wide audience. However, with great influence comes great scrutiny. There have been rumors and allegations circulating about his conduct, and it's clear that these are not just whispers. Something specific has triggered this outcry, and it's essential to get to the facts. The events leading up to this revelation are complex. There have been whispers of inconsistencies in his teachings and concerns about his interactions with certain individuals. While Pastor Roberts has a large following and is widely respected, these allegations have caused many to question his actions. The situation is sensitive, and it's crucial to approach it with care and an open mind. We're not here to speculate or spread rumors but to understand the truth as presented by Pastor John Gray. The Christian community is closely watching how this situation unfolds, given the influence both pastors have. Their leadership and integrity are under scrutiny, and the discussions are getting intense. Pastor John Gray's recent statements about Pastor Toure Roberts have sent shockwaves through the Christian community. According to Pastor Gray, there's a critical issue that needs to be addressed, an issue that challenges the very foundation of Pastor Roberts' ministry. It appears that Pastor Gray has evidence or insights that question the integrity of Pastor Roberts' actions. This revelation has sparked a heated debate, with many calling for transparency and accountability. The implications of Pastor Gray's revelations are significant. If true, they could change the way many view Pastor Roberts and his ministry. The Christian community values honesty and integrity, and any claims of misconduct are taken seriously. As more details come to light, it's essential for everyone to remain informed and to consider multiple perspectives. The truth is what matters, and it's up to us to discern it based on the facts presented. Pastor John Gray's revelations have brought to the forefront questions about accountability and transparency in leadership. The Christian community looks up to its leaders to embody the values of integrity and honesty. If these allegations are substantiated, it will be a significant test of faith for many. The situation underscores the importance of holding leaders accountable and ensuring that their actions align with their teachings. The discussion around Pastor Toure Roberts and Pastor John Gray's revelations is far from over. As more information becomes available, it's crucial to stay engaged and to think critically about the implications. The Christian community must come together to understand the truth and to support its leaders in upholding the highest standards of integrity. In conclusion, the revelations made by Pastor John Gray about Pastor Toure Roberts have significant implications. They challenge us to think critically about leadership, integrity, and accountability within the Christian community. As we reflect on these discussions, let's consider what this means for our faith and our communities. If you're as intrigued by this topic as I am, I encourage you to leave your thoughts in the comments below. There's another video on our channel that explores related themes and discussions within the Christian community. You might find it interesting to check out. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.